Ricky. I'm back in the video, and let's talk about Saturday night's main event, which from the first Saturday night's main event to now, I feel as if they really found some sort of a groove when it comes to this event. It's always either a hit or miss, but I will say that the one thing that I think they need to really work on is just adding another women's match. You know, a little tag team match is cool because, you know, you have multiple women on display, but at the same time, we all know there could have been a Jade Cargill match on that card. We all know it. We all know and understand that because my girl needs a defense. She needs to defend that title, which is not her fault. Again, I'm not opening up the floodgates to talk about how this is all Jade's fault because it's not her fault. Now, let's talk about Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu, which these fools can't even make it to the ring to actually have the bell ring and to actually have a whole match. Like, what is wrong with them? What's Cody Rhodes? I'll say Cody Rhodes really has a very fun, I'm sorry, I know a lot of people are going to dislike this, but he has a funner career when he doesn't have the title. Things are much funner. He has things to do when there is no title involved. Whenever that title get involved, things get a little sketchy when it comes to him. It get a little sketchy, and I don't know if I don't be feeling that. Sometimes it makes me think like, I ain't really rock with you. But they was wearing each other out all over the whole arena. They went to where the concessions is at. They went to the crowd. They was everywhere. They were literally everywhere. I honestly think one of them would have been knocked out. They should not wanted each other out. I mean, this is a wonderful match for both of them, but especially for Jacob coming back off of his injury. But I don't know if Drew McIntyre just loves messing with Cody Rhodes. Well, we saw how he put his face on his tour bus that he does love messing with him. But Drew McIntyre came out and interfered with the brawl that the men had, and it didn't look good. Didn't look good for Cody Rhodes as he powerbombed him. But I know that I don't know. For somebody who put it in their contract that he couldn't ask for a rematch, it's very wild that you wanted to go out your way to attack him. That's the wild part. That's the wild part, because you have something else to do. You had something else to do watching who won the #1 contenders match, but you were still keeping your eye on Cody Rhodes. So at this point, you a little obsessed. That's my problem with Drew. Drew be acting as if whenever somebody come after him, he in the wrong. They in the wrong, and they have some sort of conspiracy against him. But then when things is all done, you still coming after him. You still coming after them. You still doing something. Like, at this point, whatever happens between that title and Drew McIntyre, whatever happens, happens. If he is without a title come Royal Rumble, that's on him. If he's without a title come Elimination Chamber, that's on him. Because this man is a hater. He's a certified hater, and the hate within him cannot rest ever. Now, the tag team match with the Judgment Day ladies, because Raquel could not keep her behind out of the match, so it's Judgment Day ladies and Rio. Going into this match, I knew that it could have been a toss-up, considering the fact that Royal Rumble is on the way. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to kind of separate them. But I'm glad they did not take that chance to separate Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Honestly, they can go to WrestleMania with the titles. If I'm being real and honest, they can go to WrestleMania with those titles. But again, who knows what's going to happen with those two. Of course, the whole history with the Judgment Day and Rhea Ripley, it was like, okay, I was getting war flashbacks because I was getting a little scared. I didn't know what type of thing they was gonna play, but I'll say that when it comes to Io Sky and I know a lot of people aren't even going, y'all not even thinking about it, but Io Sky and Liv Morgan, they have some off the chart chemistry, stiffness, but chemistry, which I enjoy thoroughly. I of course was rooting for Rio because Judgment Day, I don't want y'all to win anything. I actually want y'all to break up. I want y'all to divorce one another. That's what I really want to happen when it comes to Judgment Day. But Raquel coming out, when I was into the match, like, of course Raquel has to come out, but if I'm being real between y'all, I kind of was like surprised. I know, like, I was thinking, like, if she was gonna come out, I was surprised. I don't front. She came out, I was like, oh, what innovative way to come out, because she ended up pushing Rhea out, and Rhea ended up falling on the referee, which I was like, that was pretty nice. That was nicely done. To my surprise, like, I honestly thought like that was done, but to my surprise, Stephanie McCare came out and she handled some business with Raquel. No boot or nothing. So it looks as if that she might be ready come Monday for something. Well, today. She might be ready today for something. I don't know. And Royal Rumble, she might have something ready for Raquel. I think that would be a pretty cool match to see. But Rhea Ripley and Io Sky remain our women's world tag, our women's tag team champions. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This match was very nostalgic type of things. A nod to both of their history in Japan. If I know a lot of people might be like, girl, what? But since AJ Styles kind of announced the fact that he would 2026 would be his last year, it's kind of felt as if that we're on a AJ Styles retirement tour. Without all the, of course, without all the I would say fireworks, glitz and glamour that we saw with John Cena, it's more of a subtle run, but it's noticeable because like, it's coming off of what he did with John Cena. Then you're going up against Shinsuke, then you're gonna go up against Gunther, you're going up against Finn Balor tonight on Raw. It's as if, like, okay, I'm seeing the vibe. I'm picking it up. Having a tag team up with Dragon Lee, being able to have a match with your, I guess, the wrestler coming up from respecting you, like Leon Slater, that whole thing, it's like, okay, I'm getting all the feels, because it just feels as if we're on a retirement run, which I'm not upset at. I think when somebody has a stellar career as AJ Styles, when it's time for them to pack it up, you want them to be able to decide. You don't want it to be because of injury, life stuff. Like, you literally want them to decide when it's time to go. And for AJ Styles, if it's time for him to go, it's gonna hurt, but it's time for him to go. It's good that he's able to decide that. So the match with AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura was very meaningful. Of course, it's always hard to decide who you're gonna root for in the match because they're two great wrestlers. Them deciding to to turn Shinsuke back as a face was needed. It's just moments where they do this. Is like, bro, you don't gotta make him a heel. You could just make him just do whatever he wants to do. You ain't gotta package him as a heel. Just, he does whatever he wants to do. Period. Point blank. You ain't gotta say nothing. Just let him be him. It just feels like it's in the air of, we might be saying goodbye to Shinsuke soon too. But who knows? Who knows? AJ Styles was able to get that win going into Royal Rumble. But who knows what's gonna come with Gunther? I think we may be saying goodbye to him though. I think, because Gunther ain't a slouch, and he has folks on his resume. The main event. We're gonna talk about the main event. Well, yeah, main event. We're gonna talk about the main event. Fatal 4-way. Damian Priest, Trick Willie, Sami Zayn, and Randy Orton. Now, going into this, I always like to bet on whoever's gonna win. So if I don't necessarily know if I don't get the vibes of who's gonna win, I don't really vote on who I think. I don't make a thought in my head who's gonna get it. But I'm not surprised on who won. I'll say who really made a very big impression, I believe, was Trick Williams. And of course, most definitely by design that he made the biggest impression, because the guy is the rookie. He's rookie and he has a chip on his shoulder. Everybody else, of course, Randy has that chip on his shoulder of, you know, wanting to get another title. But if it happens, it happens. It's still Randy Orton. But Trick Williams had something to prove. Trick Williams really needed to make a mark. And I'll say, when it comes to his presentation, it's been so much better than it's been really good. It's very surprising to me how great the presentation has been for Trick. But I'm not really surprised, because of, when I really think about it, I'm not too much surprised because of the impact he's made on the impact he made with TNA. So it is what it makes sense. Now, I think I'm at the point where I don't necessarily need to see Damian Priest get a title, but seeing him in the conversation was very important. Seeing him in a match like that was very important, because it just reminded the crowd in the universe where Damian Priest is located on the scale of who his peers are, kind of. It got us out the world of Aleister Black for a second, and that's what we needed. We need that so much. We did. But Sami was able to get the win and pin Priest, which, for it to not have been Trick, was surprising to me. For it to not have been Trick. Sami Zayn will now be going against Drew McIntyre, which Drew McIntyre decided he wanted to make a little appearance, which that's the only appearance he should have been making, instead of being everybody else's business. And Sami Zayn had the backing of home country backing. Maybe he had home country advantage. Seeing Sami Zayn be in the conversation, I think he's ability wise, he's always, of course, world champion. But currently in the landscape of things, if he's world champion, I would not mind it. I wouldn't mind if he becomes world champion. It would just have to be a little short. I know that sounds rude, but with what we've been seeing, I don't know. It doesn't, because the title he will go for is the WWE Championship. Yeah, I know how long it took Drew. So I don't know. I don't know about this, Sami. I don't know. I'm not. I could be wrong, and I'm fine with being wrong, because Sami Zayn will deserve it. But I don't know if that's necessarily what I would like to see, or if we're gonna see that this year. But you guys let me know how y'all felt about Saturday's main event, and if you guys are excited to see Sami Zayn become a world champion. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.